Happy Monday, everybody. Damn it. God damn it. I mean, I lost my voice.
Fresh shade.
Apparently, you're dehydrated when you have a catchy thing in your throat.
It's also from your diet, though. I'm telling you, man.
I didn't have any dairy.
Dairy, or it's something.
Had no dairy. I'm just dying.
Could be dehydrated.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Monday. We're excited. I've been shooting my pilot, and more importantly,
how's it been going, though?
It's been awesome. It's just that
Can we get into that before you dive into the other thing, though?
It's just all been these professional people that I've been working with for 3 years. The same crew.
I mean, the who's who, though, too.
Well, you got Anna Gasteyer, beast. You got Missy Pyle, beast. You got Tim Meadows, beast, on SNL for 10 years.
Yeah, a lot of Saturday Night Live.
And then Nia Long, who, by the way, if you wonder why Nia Long's been working since she was 17.
Which one's Nia Long?
Nia Long was in Boys in the Hood. Nia Long has been in... bring her up. She's been in everything.
Oh, she's amazing.
Oh, amazing.
She's in Friday, too.
Yes.
She is a looker.
And you know how good she is when they ask her to basically do something. Well, I say, give us different reads on this, and she can give you 15 different reads.
She's been doing it forever.
It's unbelievable.
Right?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. 15
she's
different
cool too.
Reads. The best. The best.
She married?
She's married to assistant coach of the Spurs. Okay?
I don't know who that is.
What's his name? Taji or whatever his name is now.
Hey, man,
Sorry.
what's wrong with your voice?
I don't know. I just lost it talking.
Yeah, she's a beast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ime Udoka, yeah.
Yeah,
He is actually Nigerian and German. He's good 6'5", 240. Handsome fella.
good for her.
Yes. 6 years younger than she is. They're doing well.
Yeah, she's gorgeous. Super talented.
Yeah.
And then
amazing.
you have homeboy from, is it Broken Lizard?
I got Kevin Heffernan, and I got the other Broken Lizard alumna and director.
What a great name, Broken Lizard.
Yes. Jay Chandrasekhar. Chandrasekhar. Hard name to say. Jay Chandrasekhar. And he is the other brain and part of Broken Lizard.
You having
he's
fun
directing
doing it,
us.
though, buddy?
The best. Well, you're dealing with all professionals. And everybody in the crew I've known for 3 years. So it's a love fest. It's like, hey, high school.
You're comfortable.
Yeah, and we just act like silly geese the whole time. And every time I do a take, I run back to so there's a tent video village with the executives from Sony and ABC, and then you have the creators like Adam Goldberg and stuff. And what I like to do is I like to do a take, and I like to run back and I go, guys, I'll be right back. Got to get compliments. And I come running in, I stand there and I go, and then they go, all right, Brian, great job. And they clap and I run back. So that's my ongoing.
So you guys are just shooting the pilot. So you shoot the pilot and then it goes to the NBC executives to decide if they want to order a season.
Oh, no, sir. What happens is you shoot the pilot, and then what you do is you put it together, you edit it, and then you color correct it and you sound it and all that. Then you get then all that matters is how well it tests. And let me tell you how the test goes.
Weird.
You get random people who sit in a room and you play it. Now, some of them fall asleep. How about that?
Well, and also remember, think what kind of person needs the $20 or $10 who are going to volunteer to do this testing.
Well, a lot of times they'll get younger people who are viewing audiences who are there to watch a taping, and they're like, they get to be part of so they can be like a good, they can just be part of I don't even know if they get paid. A lot of times they can just be, it's like an
Some
experience.
get paid, I know for a fact.
But sometimes it's just an experience.
For sure.
So they'll get in there, and while they're watching, they have dials, and they'll turn the dial higher or lower as actors come on, as something comes on that they like. They'll turn it. So you're dealing with a graph that'll have peaks and valleys. And
is that the best way to do this?
Probably not, but they've been doing it since the beginning of TV.
Rides and dies on it?
That's right,
like
sir.
Everyone associated with this rides and dies on people who were like, I guess I'll go watch this show I've never heard of. And maybe they just don't like sitcoms, or for whatever reason, Bryan reminds them of a high school bully. You walk in.
That's what happens. And overall, the aggregate, when they test it enough, comes out okay, because if you do remind people of the high school bully, guess what? You ain't TV friendly. There are a lot of people that just don't test well with audiences.
For sure.
There are a lot of people where people go, you know what? That guy looks like, I don't like him, or I don't trust him, which is actually very interesting, because I go back to the idea that if you're a good person,
it comes off on
it does,
TV.
man. If you're a good person and you have good thoughts You know what I mean? Like if you have general,
people can
like
feel it.
I always put it this way: if you mean everyone, everywhere, all the best, for the most part, right? If you want the world to be a better place, you will typically your body language. Human beings pick up on that; they just do. And it's why the other day I said
Jared
something.
from Subway would beg the difference.
You have your sociopaths. You do have people that can fool you.
They got fooled me.
Serial killers like Ted Bundy.
Sandusky got me too, son.
Some of those guys can be
good old coach.
They can be good old coaches, real sweet guys. I mean, they work with kids.
Test well.
Yeah.
I used to like a nice.
They run camps for kids. What? You know, that's
Michael Jackson, amazing artist. I'd pay to see him in concert.
Yeah.
He would test well with me in my demographic.
Listen, you can
didn't know he's fucking kids on the side.
You can be
at the
fooled.
ranch.
John Wayne Gacy was a clown for children's parties.
See that my stranger danger radar goes off.
You can be very fooled.
Right?
There are people out there that have people in their basement, but
in general, it works though. There's a reason why Hollywood's doing it.
I don't know. I don't know if it works. I know it's what they've been doing forever. And then you have the Nielsen ratings. I don't know if they use those as much anymore.
They don't as much anymore, right?
Yeah.
Because of Netflix and all that.
Well, cable said fuck all of it.
Yeah.
But then again, Netflix. Remember there are a lot of shows on Netflix, a lot of shows on cable that you've never heard of. That you do 13 episodes. Nobody's getting paid for those shows.
Yeah, I know.
Where this is still network. This is still reaching a large audience.
There's so much money involved in it. They must the testing must do something for them. Otherwise,
it does.
Or is it just one of those things where it's convenient? No one wants to rock the boat.
No. Testing does something, and it's called the wisdom of crowds. They've done a lot of studies where it's what we went back to remember when I said when odds are placed, so that there's certain odds. Odds are that way because if you look at the mean aggregate of all the different people that are making these bets, you're going to come up with pretty much what's going to happen.
Because NBC's not going for just this small subculture. No, they're trying to appeal to the masses. Well, that's where the money's at.
This is ABC, and they're going to try to appeal.
ABC.
Yeah, and think about it. It's these teachers in a school and who care about the kids, but they're all misfits. And it's a bunch of students. And I got to tell you,
it's hilarious.
You saw that all-star cast. Anna Gasteyer, Missy Powell, they are, there's no way for them, when you work with people who've been working that long on such a high level, like you're like, God damn it, they're good. Like, God, they can just hit different notes and they'll just do something different every time.
You know what, though, buddy? So can you, man. There's a reason why you're there.
I appreciate it.
It's rare I pray, man. I prayed for you the other day.
Thank you.
I know I get emotional. I really want you to get it, man. I hope it goes.
So do I.
Like, what the fuck can we do? There's
and if it doesn't,
do.
it's okay. I've been through it 1 million times.
Yeah, but it'd be great if it does.
Oh, my God. It would be great. They had cranes. We had crane shots. I mean, the amount of money they're spending on this, I was just like, damn.
It's ABC, man.
Damn, it's ABC and Sony. It was pretty crazy. So anyway, it was really, really fun.
You guys have one more day left?
One more day. Wednesday.
And then it gets done. You're like,
what I get
hopefully we get good news.
What I get a kick out is you don't come to the set, and I completely understand it because it's boring.
Yeah. We just hang out. I've also been crazy busy.
I know. But I mean, I get a kick out of it because you already know what a set is like to be on. You know you're always welcome, but you know.
For sure.
But I know you'd be like, all right.
I'd just check in.
Want to watch a couple things? You should come by though.
I know I should. It'd be cool.
If it goes,
especially with a Saturday Night Live alum.
Yeah, you should come by. They'd like to meet you. The most important thing about this weekend, Brendan, was I got my genome back.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Did you do the same one I did?
Ancestry.com? I did 23andMe.
23. What?
And I got to tell you, there's certain things that these people know. Like they were like my index finger.
Hold on, brother. Hold on. Before you go into it, did you just swab your saliva, put it in a capsule, and mail it back to them?
I had to spit for a long time.
Yeah, it's kind of disgusting.
Yes.
Did you watch your wife do it? It's not a turn on.
No, I didn't watch her do it.
It's disgusting.
Yes.
Yeah. So you fill up a tube full of spit.
Yep.
And you mail it back to the company.
That's right.
Then 2 weeks later, you get it?
6 weeks.
Well, they say up to 6 weeks?
Yeah.
My girls came back in like a week. They're like, yeah, you're Mexican. Mine, like, yeah, you wasted your money. You're Mexican. Yeah. Mine took 8 weeks.
Yeah, mine too.
It was a real beast for them to figure out.
I found out some amazing stuff. First of all, the amount of details, like you have dark eyes, you have light, you have fair skin, you have you have detached earlobes, you have your index, your ring finger's longer than your index finger, all kinds of shit. I was like, God damn it! One after another, they hit every one, and then I found out what I really am. Now, This is amazing because
before you go, were you surprised?
Well,
or no?
So what am I? What do I always say I am?
Italian.
I'm half Italian. My mother's 100% Sicilian.
Yeah.
And the other side is basically Irish.
Yes.
Right?
I can't wait for this. I hope it's something.
And I looked at my genome, and this came back, and this is incredible. I'm Irish Italian.
It's like,
I'm 50% Southern. I'm basically, I'm exactly like they said. You're exactly like 40% Italian, but then the rest is Southern European, which means I'm kind of Greek. So it's all in that area. I'm 50% Italian because I'm Sicilian and from Naples. So 50% Italian. And the other side is basically Irish. And if you're Irish, you probably have some English and maybe a little German in there. Yeah, I got a lot. And then there's 3%, 4% Iberian, which I believe is Spanish. Look that up for me.
Iberian?
It's a peninsula, I think. I'm from the Iberian Peninsula, something like that. I'm Iberian. And there you go. Where is that? I think it's in Spain. There you go. Yeah.
Oh,
what
beautiful.
a surprise.
Spain and Portugal.
Yeah. I got a little Spanish in me.
3%?
5% or some shit. Who knows? Either way.
Nothing too crazy.
No, but here was the exciting part, for real. And you'll know why I got so excited.
You have some African in you?
Nope. I got no Jewish in me. I have no West African in me. But I am primarily fast twitch muscle.
Oh, I could have told you that.
Really?
Yeah, with your body? No.
I thought it was. This whole time I thought I was only been for endurance sports.
No way. With your body type?
Yeah.
No, I could have told you you're fast.
Really?
Twitch. Yeah.
They said likely sprinter, likely fast twitch.
Sure. No. I would have told you that.
That's so interesting.
With how lean you are, and like your legs and ass.
Yeah.
That fat dick in the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would probably say more fast twitch.
I'm so delighted.
I like the wheel kick and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And when I was younger, not to be a dick, but my feet, I was fast.
You probably was explosive, like when you did a shot or something like that.
Yeah, or when I would fight.
You're not built for
I got the advantage because I had more speed than the other guy, but it never dawned on me. I thought I was built for marathon running, and I'm not. I'm likely quote unquote sprinter.
Yeah, because you have muscle mass too, and you're lean.
Yeah.
But you're not like smooth lean. Like those endurance guys are usually smooth lean.
Right.
Yeah. You're just naturally lean.
Yeah, I got a high ass.
Fat ass.
Yeah.
Well, not fat, but like
the strong thighs.
Yeah,
you
look like a frog.
Yeah, I look like a frog.
Like the frog legs.
Yeah.
Get that bubble butt up the back. Look like a frog.
Yes. Frog.
Frog.
Do you know how excited I was that I was primarily fast twitch muscle?
Oh my God. We're just talking shit around the household.
I was walking around to everybody on the set, and I was like, "Guys, I'm fast twitch muscle, so we got to hurry up. I don't have a lot of endurance.
Dude, yours
I'm only built for explosion."
Mine was like, you're from literally everywhere, but except I know your parents lied to you and told you there's Native American. There's none of that.
No, we paid extra to see if we have any gene aberrations and we're predisposed to certain diseases.
Damn.
How about this? People of my genome tend to have ADD, and I definitely have ADD. And are light sleepers. So there's a gene you can tell whether you're a deep sleeper or a light sleeper. I am a very light sleeper.
What's this called?
It's called 23andMe, but we paid extra.
How much was it for one person?
Like $250, $300.
Damn, that's what I paid, and they bullshitted me.
No, we paid a lot. But so check this out. Here's what's scary. My wife is going through my thing to see if I'm predisposed to Alzheimer's disease.
You have AIDS?
To all different kinds of things I don't.
What if you came back and said AIDS?
Only.
Just AIDS?
Only. Or you're going to die in 5, 4, 3, and I just died.
Weird. Through your saliva, we found out you're HIV positive.
Right. Nope.
And you have herpes, tell you what.
I wonder if you can tell that.
No.
No, I ended up, but she went through all, and as I'm at dinner, and she's going through it, and she's going to see, because she wanted to see if her kids had any issues. That's all she cared about. And she's looking through, and to see if I have any and I was nervous, because you can have an aberration where they'll say you're 15 times more likely to get Alzheimer's than someone else.
Or diabetes.
All kinds of shit. Well, there's also weird diseases. There are weird little things that you can get, like lupus, weird stuff that, you can find out. Meanwhile, she's going through it, and and I'm like, I'm nervous. I'm like, it's my life here. What am I going to develop some shit? I was really worried about the Alzheimer's thing. And she looked up and she goes, "You're predisposed to no diseases."
Damn, that's sick.
And either is she.
Neither is your wife.
No, she's a fucking horse.
Where was your wife from?
Oh, how about this? I'm lactose tolerant. I thought I was lactose intolerant because I can't.
You're not lactose intolerant. From the time, how long have I been? 6 years?
Yeah, I eat cheese.
You ate cheese nonstop, and all of a sudden,
I'm a fucking mouse.
Someone fucking told you that you're lactose intolerant. Yep. You're like, oh, I can't eat cheese.
Yep.
I don't eat dairy. I'm like, since when?
Yep.
We used to be balls deep in cheese all the time.
I'm a mouse.
Have you ever seen someone that's lactose intolerant?
They can't
eat
take
cheese. They shit their pants soon after.
Not me.
You and I had nights where we ate wheels of cheese.
Wheels.
And I felt great.
Couple 1-2 mice. Couple 1-2 overgrown mice. Chomp, 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 chomp. I mean, we've cleaned up. We've eaten like 2 wheels of cheese.
We ate some
in one
cheese,
sitting.
man. That was our thing. The cheese fucking spread.
Face looked like a balloon.
Yeah, man.
A balloon with eyes, but
You're definitely not lactose intolerant, though.
Yep.
So cut the bullshit.
I got to cut the bullshit, and I got to start dunking.
Yeah. I mean, that never lived up to your athletic potential.
God damn it! Did you get your fast twitch?
I've done any of that. Mine was just like you're from literally everywhere. Remember some bullshit. Yeah. I need yours though.
Mine was good.
I'm gonna find out what I'm.
Mine was good, man, and that's why I have such a connection to Iberia. I've always been drawn to Iberia.
Go back to the motherland, man. Let's take a visit there.
I'm gonna go back there and look around at that mountainous region.
Beautiful.
Of Spain and Portugal.
I'd go there.
Oh yeah, I've been to both.
Oh, you've been there?
Yeah, it's beautiful. So that was interesting. So there it is. I know who I am now.
Looks like Marina Del Rey. Oh, that is Marina Del Rey. Oh, gotcha. I was like, what the fuck? Did I
ever tell you that story about how people want to know about themselves, like everybody does? And I ever tell you that story about the serial killer profiler, the guy.
Yeah, guy came in.
He's giving a speech.
The
serial killer was
nuts.
Came in to listen to, like, he wanted to know about himself.
It's nuts, man.
And they were like, "Get that guy out of here."
Dude, I watched the movie. It's been out for a little bit.
You guys.
Something's in my throat.
Yeah.
I'm dying. I have AIDS. But I watched Tom Ford directed his first movie or produced it. You know what I'm talking about? Nocturnal Animals?
Yes.
Have you seen it?
No.
It is so intense.
Really?
Especially if you have kids and a wife. It's so intense.
Really?
Yeah, I'll give you the plot. Spoiler if you haven't seen it. It's been out for a while now, so get over it and don't freak out if you haven't heard it.
I heard about it.
But what's going on is, what's the actor's name in it? Homeboy? Jake Gyllenhaal, who's my favorite actor.
I love that guy.
Such a beast.
I've always loved him.
So Jake Gyllenhaal and Amy Smart were dating for a while. They were married, and she's like this rich, entitled girl, and she dumps him, and then he found out that she had an abortion too. Like, they're supposed to have a kid. She left him for this other rich dude, and he was a writer, and she always critiqued his writing, kind of hated on him, told him it was a waste of time. So this pan forward 10 years later, at least 10, 15 years later, and she receives a book. It says it's called Nocturnal Animals. That's what he used to call her, a nocturnal animal, because she couldn't sleep ever. So he sent her this book, and the book's basically the movie is her reading the book, and then it shows what she's reading. And Jake Gyllenhaal's the guy in the book, and it's about this guy who has this family, and they're driving through Texas. And a car is like, it's late at night, they're on the highway, and the car runs them off the road. 3 guys, and I don't know why I'm laughing. And then they stop over, and the 3 guys basically take the wife and his daughter and him. They get him away from them, take off with them, murder and rape the daughter and wife.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
Terrible.
Yeah, your worst nightmare.
Yeah, worst nightmare. Yeah, and he can't do anything. Then it's just about him trying to find them. He links up with his cop and all that stuff.
Good movie. Intense.
Dude, so intense. So fucking... Yeah. It was so good, though.
God,
one of the best movies I've seen in a long time.
Really?
Oh, man.
I'm going to watch that.
It's freaking good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Watch that. Watch on Netflix. I watched, I think it's called 9 Weeks, something like that. It's the most extensive research they've done, like with the time you have sex and the girl gets pregnant. Like literally in, I think it's 5 hours, cells start to... Once that sperm gets to the egg... Yeah, it's like 5 hours. It shows 4 days what happens.
Damn.
Yeah, it starts. There it is. It starts
9.5.
9.5? Is that what it's called?
No, this is an old movie, 9.5 Weeks.
Oh no, that's not it. This is a documentary. That's a movie with Mickey Rourke.
Yeah.
It's something like that. I forget what it's called, but yeah, it shows this path of the egg to the sperm and it's growing, and it shows this out of 6 billion people on the planet, this family is. It's like 1 out of 4 billion chance of this happening. The mom had quadruplets. Is that what you call them? Had 4 babies.
Yep, quadruplets.
And they're all the exact same, all healthy. And usually the mom dies if it's like this.
Damn.
Yeah, there's only been 40 cases in the history of civilization, and this is one of them.
What?
They're in England.
So they're 4 identical twins.
Identical twins, all born 3 minutes, 2 minutes apart, and the mom's healthy, and the kids are all literally identical.
Good God.
It's crazy, man.
Good
But
God.
show them the egg inside how it happens.
Damn.
Like they separate into, usually it's just one that grows, and they start separating, and they can figure out why it's separating. It was interesting.
Four. If you had 4 brothers,
I would love that.
And they all look the same, you could be the baddest ass assassin team. You could be criminal masterminds.
Or think
you're everywhere,
dude. Think about if, let's say, your dad was Kobe Bryant and he knocked some chick up, and they had 4 identical quadruplets,
and they all played in the
same
team.
And they're all in the same, thinking the same way, playing the same way.
That'd be
Think
sick.
about the teamwork.
That'd be sick. That's actually amazing.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah. Meanwhile, they're probably super unathletic. Who knows?
They just suck. Isn't it weird?
God.
There's something now that you can do now. It's like, I think 80% that can trace back now, right now, in the NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB. Someone in their family, like 80% played professional sports too. Like the genes are in the family. It's like 80 or 85%. They can trace it to them.
Right. Well, Nia Long was so funny because her man is NBA player and now coach and beast. And I was like, when I got my fast twitch muscle thing back, and I was like, guys, let's hurry up, man. I'm an athlete, so my legs are sore from doing sports. And I look at Nia and I go, I'm an athlete. And she looks at me and she just drags a hand across my shoulder and she goes, no, you're not. And walks away. And then she's so funny. She's such a silly goose. Like, I'm looking at my Instagram and she goes, how many followers do you have? And I look at her I cock my head with a cocky look and I go, 220, baby. How about that? And she goes, that's so cute.
She's how many?
That is so cute. I go, how many do you have? She goes, over 2.2 million. And she pets me and she walks away. I'm like, bitch, you bitch. 2.2 million.
Does she have kids?
Yeah, she's got kids. 2 boys.
Hilarious.
Beautiful. It's unbelievable. Yeah.
I was reading this thing where I don't know why I'm into this weird shit right now. There's this little girl born in Kenya, and it's rare this happens. Super cute little baby. I think she was 6 months old, but she's supposed to have a twin. But for whatever reason, the twin grew. When the egg split, it didn't come all the way.
I know what you're
She had She had 2 feet. Yep. 2 legs hanging off her back and a full arm. Like, what's up? Like normal though. It looked just like someone was coming out of her back. 2 straight knees, ankles, feet coming out her back, and then an extra hand, like just
not
chilling.
An extra head.
No.
Let's go ahead and lop that off. Can we lop that off?
Dude, in Kenya they don't have the technology or the doctors to do it because it's a crazy procedure because she shared a spine with the twin. They said with the wiring of that, if they fuck up, she'll be paralyzed for the rest of her life. Damn. So the parents couldn't afford it. Somehow,
and she could probably feel that arm, right?
She can feel everything, yeah. So somehow this got back the top doctors in Chicago who specialize in this. They flew this little girl. The family couldn't go; they couldn't afford to go. So they sent this little girl on a plane to Chicago. This white family took her in, and then they did the procedure. She's fine now.
She is.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Thank
though.
God for Western medicine.
I know, man. Thank God for good people like this foster home. Lady saw the story. It's like, oh my God, I'll take her, man. I'll take the little girl. The little girl was so cute, man. She was there for I think 6 or 9 months for them to heal her and everything, and send her back. She's back with her family now. But the little girl was so fucking cute, man.
There are certain diseases where it's a type of fibrosis where you can just develop huge flaps of skin on your body. I mean, like giant flaps of like cauliflower-like skin, or you can develop cysts under your skin.
That happens with overweight people a lot of the time.
Yeah, but
you ever watch My 600 Pound Life? I'm addicted to it.
Yeah,
and this is gonna sound fucked up. This is gonna sound real fucked up. I watch it and I get hungry because the one thing about these fat people is they know how to fucking cook.
Yep.
So they usually have an enabler, their wife or girlfriend, and then they're like so fat they can't move, but they make these delicious meals. The other night is my cheat meal. This fucking dude ordered banana cream pie. I haven't had banana cream pie in so long.
It's my favorite.
Dude, give it up.
It's my favorite.
Pecan's mine, but this fat dude ate it and he savored it so much.
This fat dude ate it.
Dude, he savored it so much. I went, you know what? I got my phone, Postmates, Earth Cafe, banana cream pie at my doorstep 30 minutes later.
About Postmates.
I went balls deep in it. Then homeboy was eating tortillas with refried beans and this skirt steak. Fuck, I had my girl make it. It's not helping me. It's for whatever reason, I watch that, I want to eat.
You panic.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, you panic.
My 600-pound life encourages me to eat.
Yep.
How fucked up is
there's
that?
a condition also where you never feel full, that you're always hungry.
Preach.
That's a good time.
Preach.
Yeah.
I just kicked off yesterday. It happened yesterday because I got off my diet for my birthday, and then nothing too crazy. For my birthday, I went nuts, and then yesterday started like strict diet time.
One thing you'll see from veteran actors is they'll never eat sugar on set for the most part. My experience has always been sugar they stay away from.
The high and the low?
Yeah, you can't lose your energy because you're there for, I shot probably 15 hours, a day, 14. You can't have a low. A lot of times you're shooting the most important scene. Like yesterday, we're shooting the most important scene of the entire pilot at 9:30 at night. And that's a Sunday, right? So you can't have these. But there was a chocolate. They brought in these insane, expensive chocolate eclairs and layer cakes. With the chocolate with the icing in the middle and stuff, bro, and with the dark chocolate on top.
They had coffee to the side.
They sure did have coffee on the side.
God damn it!
Kidding
ABC.
me?
They do it right.
This is fun. This is craft services to the nth degree.
Where'd they come from?
They came from some very special shop in Beverly Hills.
My mouth is watering.
It's crazy. Like I'm talking about when they had the French pastry chef with the tube.
hat.
And now I will make this small design that no one makes in the world. It's fantastic. Those guys. Like crazy shit. We melt the chocolate here.
And clear, I call it a long
I just
john.
melt it along it. That's going to be so good. It's a shitty English French
it?
accent. I don't eat sugar, and I was like not eating shit, and I had to cut myself a piece of that chocolate cake. And I put it in my mouth and I chewed it. Then I spit it out.
Oh, fuck you.
That's what I said to myself. I go, fuck you, Bryan.
Don't be that guy.
Fuck you, Bryan. I went and did my scene. I came back and I go, I'm eating that fucking chocolate cake. I ate it.
How was it?
It was amazing.
Dude,
by the way, felt good.
It does feel good sometimes. You've earned it. Sometimes in my head, I'll think of a way to eat fat. I'll go, I feel like you've earned it, man.
They've done studies where there is a body of science that would suggest that if you think something's really good for you, it might be in that moment.
Oh, no, my body goes, probably shouldn't do this, sir, because you probably can get fat.
Yeah.
And then the fat kid in me goes, yeah, but you've kind of earned it.
You've earned
Why? You went on a run today? I'm like, that's a legit point.
Yeah.
And I'm going to eat this.
You can't go to Justa and see that dessert, all those desserts, and
notice I don't
walk
look
out
at
like
it
a normal
anymore.
person.
If I'm
you
on a
walk
diet,
straight out with blinders.
I'm like a racehorse like this with blinders on.
Yeah, you run right by it.
I told you, when I was shooting UFC now, Verdun would do the Spanish Portuguese version after me, and they used to have these delicious donuts there, man. Delicious donuts. And donuts are my weakness. I fucking love donuts. If there's donuts in it right now, it's my Achilles heel. I will eat them, man.
And this is when you were fighting.
That's when I was fighting. And I thought I was getting
Brennan and Fabrizio Verdum in the same room. And there was, that's two heavyweights that could potentially fight each other again. So there's always that really interesting tension in a room where, like, for me, I'm like, yay! But you guys, might have to fight. It was like remember when Big Country met Mir and they both shook hands, but it was
awkward.
It was awkward, man.
It's like two Siamese fish in a tank. Like they're not going to fight, but there's like there's potential. You don't want to get too close with the guy, too comfortable, because like if I have to fight this dude, I don't want to find out he's a really good dude.
Right.
Verdum always kept his distance from me. Yes. I kept mine. Like he would tell a story and not even engage with me or look at me. Yep. I would do the same, tell a story, and literally just blinders.
You had to keep emotional distance.
Yeah, it's weird.
Because he's too good a guy.
I'm a huge fan of him. He's ridiculous. I love everything he does. And there would be these delicious donuts, and me and him would do the same. We would check. I'd go down the hall, look, and I'd beeline for the donut. And if he was coming, I'd put it back and go, fuck, someone ate half a donut. You believe that shit? I'm just here for water.
He was really doing this because he was like, he looked at the donuts. He goes, I want those donuts. I go, well, eat one. He goes, nah, Verdum's in the other room. He's not eating donuts. I'm not going to eat donuts.
Oh, yeah, we did UFC Now together.
I go, just eat it. And he goes, nah, man. And then finally he comes back and goes, is he in there? I go, yeah. He goes, I'm going to eat this one. And he grabs it, and you ran around the corner. Chomp, 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 chomp. wiping the powder off your face.
Weird, man.
Anyway, back to do my shoot.
When you're in that competitive zone, it's like any little bit. Like I used to love seeing guys eat bullshit.
Fucking donuts, though, are so good.
God damn it. You know Voodoo Donuts opened up in Glendale, I think?
Yes, it did. It actually opened up on Hollywood.
Is it Glendale? You sent me a picture, right? Agent A? Where was that? Hollywood?
It's in,
Universal. Yeah, City Walk.
Simply too far.
Thank God. Can you imagine if that was on Abbott Kinney? It would be this. We'd be like, should we get a donut? We could split one. We've earned it every day. I love that
chocolate glazed donut.
Me too. That's the best.
Blue Star off Abbott, it's all right. It's not too heavy.
It can kind of kiss my
ass. It's also $5.75 a donut.
It's also cake donut. It's not real donut. I need my donut.
I like a nice cake, but I like to mix it up.
I like the airy donut. Softy
I shit on this. Sidecar Donuts off Welshire in Santa Monica.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beats Voodoo. Yeah. Beats fucking Blue Star.
Yeah.
They have donut holes that will change your life.
How about Rogan and his food porn? How about Rogan's food porn? He's like, these pickles are the best in the world. And then it's like meat on a grill. And then it's like a sandwich that he peels open, which is kind of very phallic and like pornographic. Look at this.
He's always doing like elk and fucking.
Yeah. Like, it looks like meat. I can't tell how good it is, bro.
I know, man.
You know what I mean? I know you've got your whole barbecue freaking. Of course, Joe has to do everything to the nth degree. I guarantee he's an amazing chef. Hey, I was at his house and he made a bunch of ground elk, and the way he did it, I don't know what he did. It was just fucking hamburger.
Can you cook?
It was some of the best shit I've ever had. Then he made a steak, some of the best shit I've ever had.
Can you cook?
Nah, don't have the patience.
I can, my friend.
Really?
Yeah. Once the new crib, when we do our first party,
housewarming.
Housewarming party.
Okay.
I'm gonna grill up some.
I'm excited.
Daddy has bills now, but I'm gonna grill for you.
Daddy's got bills.
Daddy gets bills.
Well, what happens when you buy a house is that the amount of money that comes out of this is what's funny. If you buy a couch, they'll say, well, you know, what I would do is polyester is good, goose down's good, but they only put 10% goose down, the rest is feathers. And also, a lot of places don't wash the feathers, so you're going to find yourself getting allergies and stuff. You're like, what? Now, I go with a Duopreme or whatever. You're like, what's that? It's a very expensive, very, very interesting kind of polyester. It's very expensive. They make it in only 1 mil. You're like, what the fuck? But it gives, before you know it, you're thinking about 50,000 things. I don't have a brain like that. I don't have a brain like that. The intricacies and the details to just making furniture.
See, I love it.
I do too. I mean, you would love it because I love it.
I've been balls deep in it.
I can't keep it in my head, bro.
Yeah,
I panic.
I went so Restoration Hardware is like the mecca for interior design and all that. I go to the one in, I think it's Beverly Hills off Melrose. It's ridiculous. Yeah. I saw who Russell Wilson was there with Sierra, and they're like looking at the same couch. I'm like, how much is this couch?
Yeah, you better have $50 million.
You gotta have fuck you money.
Yeah.
So we're walking around, I'm like, this is cool. And the guy working there goes, man, we have a warehouse in Long Beach where and they told us, and this was actually yesterday, he goes, in 2 weeks, it's 2 weeks ago, he goes, in 2 weeks, they're having their 50% off sale, then an additional like 25% off that.
Wow.
Well, we drove to Long Beach, shit show, because Long Beach is having the Grand Prix in 2 weeks, I think, there. So there's construction everywhere. Nightmare to get in there. Anyways, we get in there, it's packed with people. I'm like, why is everyone all fucking frantic? Like running like it's fucking Walmart on Black Friday. I'm like, what's going on? Well, what you see is it's 50% off, sometimes 70% off of brand new shit.
Jesus.
But they only have one of every. It's as is, first come, first serve. So like Joe walked up, was like, oh my God, this table's really nice. That's the one you like. I'm like, that is cool. This fucking white girl just goes, mine, I'll take it. I'm like, God damn. I went, God damn, girl. Yeah. It's yours. I'm sure there's more.
Uh-huh.
And the guy walked away, there's not. And if you like something, you have to say, I'll hold it for me. And you have 2 hours until we hold it. So I'm like, huh? I got a cart and just fucking.
You got competitive.
Walter Payton that bitch.
Uh-huh.
I was
knocking dudes out of the way.
All over.
That'll
man.
send you.
It was exhausting.
That'll put you in a frenzy.
And then people get nasty.
Mm-hmm.
Nasty, man.
They do.
And then you know what? Went to Restoration Hardware. Had myself a nice little afternoon there in Long Beach. And then when's the last time you went to Chili's?
I've never been. I'm
snob.
Snob.
You know what? I am too now. You know, me and you have the same taste buds.
Yep.
Well, my girl's like, man, when's the last time I went to Chili's? I'm like, when I was a kid, my mom used to take me it was a special occasion. I'd get a full rack of ribs and wash it down with a chocolate shake. Hashtag fat kid, right?
Yeah.
That was my favorite. That was my treat. Like birthday, whatever. That's what I do.
And let me guess, delicious.
You'd think. My taste buds have changed.
Yeah.
So I go there. The service was terrible. And I got the full rack of ribs. Well, when I was a kid, there was only one sort of barbecue sauce. Now there's 7. Mm-hmm. I asked the guy, I go, I love Dr. Pepper. I love barbecue sauce. They have a Dr. Pepper barbecue sauce. Mm-hmm. I thought, holy shit, this is gold. Mm-hmm. So I'm going through the 6. I asked the guy, like I said, terrible customer service. I go, I love the original barbecue sauce. Well, I mentioned, what's the Dr. Pepper and the barbecue sauce like? He stares at me and goes, it's like they took barbecue sauce, put Dr. Pepper. And I went, oh, thank you. And then what's the spicy like? He goes, it's like the original, but it's a little spicy, man. And he's literally annoyed and like, oh my God. So I'm like, well, fuck it. I'll do the combo. I'll do half original, and then I'll do half the Dr. Pepper sauce. I get that. It comes, dude. And if it's cheat meal, I'm going to go all out. I stick to it, the game plan.
Yep.
That Dr. Pepper barbecue sauce, it's like you just took
Dr. Pepper and put it in barbecue sauce.
Sure isn't. It's like you took just the pure syrup of sugar from Dr. Pepper.
Oh, yeah, a lot of
put
sugar.
it all over meat and then ate that.
Yeah.
I felt so sick.
I'll get candy on my meat, please.
It was like candy glazed ribs.
Yeah. Got to put some candy on my
man.
meat. And that meat, I'm sure, has been real good quality and hasn't been killed a year ago.
Lukewarm.
Yeah.
Lukewarm.
Yeah. We'll take you're not using those ribs? The ones on the ground over there? Yeah, I put them in the Chili's bin over here.
I know. I've become such a foodie. Yeah. I think it's going to hang out with you, man. I wasn't like that. Back in Denver, I used to love me some
When
Chili's.
you grow up overseas and your mother, feeds you the local food, you get very fresh food. So my mother would always buy food that, as an Italian, and in Europe they do the same thing. You don't keep things in your fridge. You buy the food from the marketplace that you're going to eat that day. You bring it home and you cook it. That's what my mother did my whole life. So what happens is you get very accustomed to, I can pick shit. I remember I was 22 and I was eating and I went, excuse me, did these asparagus come from a jar? And she goes, a can? And she says, I don't think so, sir. And I said, I do think so. And she goes, let me go check. And she comes back, she goes, how in the world did you know? And I said, because they are retaining way too much water.
Did you slap her stupid?
I said, no asparagus should be this fat. It's obviously waterlogged. I can't eat it.
And then you went, off with your head.
Mm-hmm. Then she brought me something else. And I said, well, does this cheese come off a big square block?
God damn.
I'm terrible.
Son.
She goes, it does. I go, okay. And I said, and I was very nice, but I'm such a snob. I go, I'm not going to eat anything. I'll just have some coffee, please. And she goes, are you sure? And she felt so bad. But I felt like a huge snob. The problem was, like with everything in life, when you know the difference,
it's like those super rich kids. If you grow up getting, drove around in a Rolls-Royce Phantom, and then your buddy picks you up in a fucking Toyota when you're 16, like, the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Like, it's Camry, bro. This is cool. Well, I'm used to this,
It depends on how hungry you are, too, though, because we were in Afghanistan. We were really hungry, and our plane wasn't coming. We were waiting for this plane. We were in some airbase to go to our next gig, and we were told we'd probably be there for 4 hours. Nobody had eaten. There was no food. Then they broke out some MREs, meals ready to eat.
It tastes like shit, though, yeah?
Well,
you just add water?
When you're hungry as fuck, that shit they had biscuits and peanut butter.
It was delicious.
I ate the fuck out of it.
It was nice?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, the other night I was at the Comedy Store. We got to talk about that. Then I was at the Comedy Store doing that This Is Not Happening with Joey Diaz. We get done late, it's, I don't know, I get out there, I'm talking with people, midnight, 12:30. I haven't eaten anything. It's hard for me to eat before a show because, I get nervous, but also I just don't remember to eat. Like, I'm focused on doing the story, and I get my coffee and all that. And I get done, I'm like, I'm starving. I can't go home and cook because I'll wake the baby up and Joe, so I got to figure something out. Only thing open is fast food. When's the last time you had Taco Bell?
Well, Taco Bell can be quite delicious.
Right? They're doing something. They've been around forever.
You mean
Why? Because I got myself a double-decker taco and stayed in my car and listened to talk radio and ate 6 of them?
Yeah. You know who does that? Sneaks that? She doesn't even know I know. My wife. My wife with a friend. They go to Taco Bell, behind my back, and they'll eat till their faces.
Amanda, you look like a gordita girl.
She's a gordita
crunch. You're a gordita crunch.
Her favorite food might be Taco Bell. My wife grew up white as shit in Denver, middle class, and they
We go Taco Bell.
She loves herself some Taco Bell.
You know, I almost died in Taco Bell. This true story, close to ever come to death, was in a Taco Bell. Really? I was 10 years old. Again, always been fat, really. And my dad would take us there on Saturdays, you know, depending, whatever. We'd go there for lunch. And every time, I used to get myself a nice cup of water, the cinnamon twist churros, and a side of nachos. But not like this Nacho Supreme.
So far, it seems safe.
Seems safe, right? Pretty normal, pretty standard for a weird kid that played sports nonstop, had to burn some calories.
Well, you need the glycogen in your muscles, so you're going to get some sugar in your body.
That's what my dad thought. I'd get just the tortilla chips and the side of nacho cheese, like a real goddamn gentleman.
Yep.
Like a young gentleman.
Yep.
Well, I was starving that day. Honk, 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 honk.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
My dad's like, Ben, you all right? I'm like, the fucking kite of a fucking chip went down this L's esophagus, closed it up.
Dude, that's no joke.
Oh, Baby Brown turned blue.
You couldn't get it.
Baby Brown was baby blue.
You couldn't get it out.
Old Papa Shabbat pulled the old Heimlich in front of everyone.
Whoa.
Hit it! Hit it! Hit it!
That's hard to get it out.
Jay Schaub, serial killer, starts crying because his brother's about to die. The chip went, hoof.
Whoa. My friend.
I almost died in a goddamn Taco Bell. Think of a more depressing story.
Jimmy Burke's girl. She starts to choke. He's trying to do the thing. Somebody calls the fire department.
You gotta punch a bitch.
Dude, trying to do the Heimlich. It's not working. The firemen come in. They get it out of her throat.
How'd they do it? Sucked it out?
They did. They gave her the proper Heimlich or something. She's in the corner. She's trying to breathe. She's crouched down crying because she almost died. And then for like the next 2 hours, she kept saying, it's still in my throat. And the paramedic fireman was like, no, it just feels like it is.
It feels like because it cut.
Yeah, you opened it up.
Yeah, it widened it. That same thing happened to me. Dude, we're just going wild, random stories here. So when I was going to become a personal trainer, I passed the test, NASM certified, ACE certified, passed the test. And like, you need to get CPR certified. So I go there. It's a class of I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not fat shaming anything here.
No.
They go, it's a class.
But you are. You're not trying to fat shame anybody, but hey, be real, these people were fat as fuck.
Yeah. Anyways, so it was a CPR class, and they got to line you up with partners. Well, I was just in the back, like whatever. And there's a girl who's very robust, round.
Sure.
If I had to give it a shape, I would say large pear.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that. Some guys dig that.
Yep.
Very nice lady. Everyone else in class is pretty small. So Big Brown got paired. I don't know why I'm talking about Obama. Big Brown got paired up with the big girl. So they're like, Brendan, can you go over here? I'm like, sure. Because, you have to wrap your hands around her. It was very, my fingers were literally at its wit's end. It was like cliffhangers, fucking Sylvester Stallone hanging off a mountain. I was like this, bro. I thought I was going to have to chalk up because you got to get around.
Well, see, now you can, and you have long arms. So if this person starts choking around me, you're dying. Dying.
No, or you give her the Bryan Callen wheel kick right to the esophagus.
No, I push her on the ground and I trampoline her tummy.
Dude,
it's going to hurt, but I'm going to trampoline your tummy. And I start jumping up and down with both.
Trampoline your tummy.
Got to trampoline
go ahead and do the old frog hop on your.
But I might crack some ribs, but you're going to be alive.
Dude, I had to fucking Gable grip this big girl around and then mimic. I had to, my head, I couldn't be like this. I'm
you
sweating.
had to turn your head.
I'm sweating. Just, Brendan, you okay? Yep. And just fucking, I couldn't get it. She would have died.
She would have died. That's something I never thought of. If somebody who's very, very big.
Dikembe Mutombo better be around the corner. Otherwise, you're fucked. Because I was literally like this.
So the motto is if you're very heavy, make friends with somebody with super long arms from the Sudan or Nigeria.
Go to NBA game and hope one of them knows CPR.
You only hang out around NBA basketball players. Be the towel boy or girl.
Very strange. Yeah, well, you were shooting last week. I podcast every day, man.
I know.
For whatever reason, the guest. So Justin Wren came in. But he sent me a text, said, hey, bro, can you fit me in? Because you're supposed to be on Finding Kid. Can you come on Finding Kid May 23rd? I'm like, yeah, it's like, this is like a month ago. I go, yeah, come in May 23rd. But text me like a week before. It's far as fuck out.
I hate when people make long plans. I don't know. Am I going to be alive?
March 22nd. I know. I have no idea. March 20. I can't stand it either. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow.
2021 in May. Do you think, hey, Like I get the fucking. I'm trying to have a vacation, and my sister's already planning for the next year. What do you think you'll be doing? I don't know if I'll be alive.
It stresses me out, man. So Justin sent that text May 23rd. I'm like, yeah, text me like a week before. We'll figure out if you're down. We'll get you on. We'll figure out.
Johnny organized.
March 22nd, text me. Hey, bro, you all set for tomorrow? I went, for what? He goes, March 23rd, man, I asked you. I went, look at the text. You said May 23rd. He goes, oh, shit. He doesn't cuss, but, that's basically what he said.
He went, pygmy.
He came in. The Bellator's like, hey, Rampage Town, can you hit him? He came in. Joey Diaz, we did that show. Hey, I'm coming in tomorrow. Okay, I don't do a show tomorrow, but we'll do one.
I'm doing an acupuncture, dog.
Yeah. So it's just boom, boom, boom. So we bank him, but boom, boom, boom.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
I wanted to go back really quickly to the Heimlich, because I was going to tell you it was timely on the story. I read my dog. I ever tell you my dog got a ball caught in his throat, right? And my buddy comes running in. My buddy's throwing the dog. Nope, my buddy's throwing a ball to my dog, Piggy. And he comes running in with my dog, and he goes, Bryan. I go, Bryan. I go, what? He goes, fucking dog swallowed the ball. I can't get it out of his throat. And he just throws it on the ground, and he pushes the dog at me because he's panicking. He doesn't know what to do.
Who is this?
My buddy Bob. He goes, he pushes the dog. He goes, and I go, what's going on? And the dog gets back up, and then basically looks at me and keels over and dies. His tongue is out, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I'm like, the dog's dead. And so I pick the dog up and I try to shake the dog. And then he's trying to shake the dog. And now he's reaching into the dog's throat, but the ball is a hard rubber and it's covered obviously in saliva. So he can't get his fingers around. And at one point he goes, ah! And he shouts and he tries to get out. Still won't come out. I remember reading. So I finally go, the dog's dead. Let it go. My heart's beating fast. I love my dog. I go, dog's dead. And he's going, no, I'm sorry, back up. So I basically go, I remember reading a book as a kid called All Creatures, Big and Small, where he saves a collie's life in the back of a station wagon. I think that's the story. And he gives the collie the Heimlich.
From behind.
Yeah. So I take my dog and I give my dog the Heimlich. And the ball fucking comes out. It comes out. Here's the problem. The dog's still not breathing. You know why? There's a bunch of dog food stuck behind the ball because the dog threw the dog food up. So now we're shoveling dog food out, but you can't Heimlich a bunch of dog food because it's all mushy and it's all the way down his esophagus or down his windpipe, whatever. So we're shoveling the dog in. And this is probably, I don't know, man, it feels like 4 minutes.
You're in trouble.
Yeah.
After 2, that dog's kind of fucked.
And so my friend clears it, and he starts to blow. He studied to be a vet.
You have to do mouth to mouth. You know
on the nose. He closes the mouth.
You got to close their mouth and
that's
mouth
what he's
to
doing.
nose.
That's what he's doing.
For dogs.
And he's screaming. Yep, that's exactly how you do it. You hold the dog's face, and he's blowing on the dog's nose. On my dog Piggy, adorable little pit bull, the best dog in the world.
Cute.
So cute.
When I met it, its ear fell off in its tail. But
no, that was Lucy.
My bad.
Piggy was the dog before that. Okay. Rust-colored, adorable the cutest pit bull on the planet of the earth. And I love that dog. And he's screaming Piggy because he believes in all that stuff where you call somebody back from the dead. You know, he's very spiritual.
Yeah, it's
Piggy.
called voodoo, but yeah,
he's into voodoo. And my dog comes to. And it's funny to watch how a dog comes to. It would probably the same thing in person. The dog went and farted, and like a long fart, like, and then you heard, and then pisses, and then my dog went, and for about 5-10 minutes maybe was going, still out.
Oh, really?
Still completely out, going.
Trying to get oxygen.
Yeah, crazy high level of panting, and then finally comes to. Grabs the ball.
All good.
And all good.
Swallowed it again.
All fucking 100% good, right? So, I'm on a date at a place called Il Buco. Do you know Olympia Dukakis won an Oscar for Moonstruck? Look her up. Not your generation. But at one point, she was an Oscar winner.
Okay.
Famous. I'm on a date with my girl. And it was kind of our first date, in fact.
Amanda?
One of our first dates. Nope. My darling girl, Zet.
Okay.
And... yeah, I don't know if you remember her, but she's great. She's very old now.
She's very old.
Yep.
Okay.
So, she's 85. So, this is probably, goddamn.
Oh, she in Golden Girl?
She was in Moonstruck. She was in a lot of stuff. She won an Oscar.
Okay, anyways.
Doesn't matter. So, I basically, I I'm on a date with her. I swear to God, this is the conversation. She goes, and I see Olympia Dukakis come in, and she's with another couple and her husband. And they're kind of they're at that point, they're probably 60 something.
Back nine.
They're back nine, successful, wealthy, well dressed, and she's a star at the time. In fact, my girl's like, she's an actress. She goes, holy shit, that's Olympia Dukakis. She's my favorite actress.
Great.
I can't believe that's Olympia Dukakis. She can't believe it, and she's amazing and everything else. So blah blah blah. And she's like, well, don't look over there, because but Olympia's holding court and talking, and she's being funny, and the table's laughing. Long story short, my girl starts asking me what I would do in an emergency if some shit happened. And I said, you never know. I don't like to say that I would do anything because I don't know until I've been in the situation, right? Maybe I'd panic. Maybe I hope I wouldn't. I hope I wouldn't be a coward. I hope I'd do something.
Maybe
next thing you know, the woman talking at the table of Olympia Dukakis gets up and grabs her throat. Universal sign, I'm choking. And Olympia Dukakis, I think she goes, Cat. She calls her Cat or some name. Cat. And she can't answer. And I saved my dog. I look at her and I go, are you choking? Is she choking?
Are you choking?
And she's just standing like that. And apparently, I'm fast twitch muscle, right?
You burst over.
I'm mostly fast twitch.
Yeah, now you are.
So my frog legs, they spring into action. Apparently what I did was I jumped over the table. I put a hand on the table, jumped
Coming in hot.
I come in hot, get behind her, the old lady, and I start to give her the Heimlich. And I tell her husband, I say, stand up.
Say, back the fuck up.
I said, stand up because I wanted him to block her because I didn't want the restaurant to see her. She's a distinguished older lady. Yep.
Doing,
Yep. And I give her the old Heimlich. I give her the old Heimlich. She goes, like that. And out comes the meal.
Was it calamari?
Piece of meat. Out comes a little piece of meat. And I go, you all right? No big deal. And I want to save her from being embarrassed. So I go, you all right? It's all good. You okay? No big deal. And Olympia Dukakis looks at me. Her hands go down like the dramatic woman she is. She goes, you moved like a cat. You're like a cat. And she threw her arms around me for saving her friend's life. Meanwhile, I strut back the whole fucking restaurant.
Is your girl like this?
My girl goes, I have to go make a phone call.
Steak and dick suck,
dude.
It's red panty
She
night,
called
bitch.
her sister.
You saved a life.
She called her sister and she goes, I just met my husband. He's a hero. He saved like this my favorite actor's friend's life.
Did you go like this? Heroes don't get married, bitch.
Well, restaurant, I did, by the way. Restaurant gave me that free bottle of wine.
That's it?
Should have paid my meal.
What?
Refer to me as the hero every time I would come back and know that I came back.
The hero needs free meals.
Well, hero should get a free meal.
You know how many meals Spider-Man pays for? 0.
Yeah. Amazing food, too. But they weren't giving that up. Gave me a free bottle of wine.
Old Dukakis didn't give you a fucking calamari
They clapped for me as I left.
Oh,
They clapped for me as I left. And, as a hero, I hang my head. I don't like a lot of attention. As a fast switch muscle hero.
Yeah, right.
I hate attention.
Hey, Dukakis. I'm just calling Dukakis. You can't write my boy into a script, save your best friend's life?
Well, she had already had her time at that point.
Yeah, I'm sure she can pull some strings.
Probably.
Like ABC right now. Let's get this pilot going.
I bet she wouldn't even know. She wouldn't even recognize me, but I know she remembers the story.
You'd be surprised.
It was pretty cool. And the point is that I move like a cat. The point is I'm a hero. The point is I spring to action. The point is I save your life.
Yes.
Save a life.
See, that's what the takeaway from this is.
Save the dog's life, and I've saved a woman's life. Those two things I got. And I'm fast twitch.
You're a hero.
It's a pretty good day for the kid.
You're a hero.
Kid. Yeah. And please know that I got myself after I had my steak. I got my dicks out.
Yeah, at least.
And she said,
we going anal.
She called us.
I'm so sorry.
Bro, I just told the hero story, and you had to talk about me going an inch south. I'm a gentleman, and heroes don't go. Now that I saved a life, I got to break into your ass. No, you make love to a girl after that. You don't go, hey, all right, I'm done with I'm done with your vagina. Let me break into that ass.
No, you're a goddamn hero.
It's your first time. Let the hero get in it. That's so unhero because I'm crabbing up and I get my reward.
It's not an easy process.
I was also older than her by at least 10 years.
It's not an easy process.
Oh, God. I'm going to get in there. I'm a hero. Let me do it. She's like, I guess. Oh, no.
All I'm saying.
Talk about ruining the fucking whole mood.
No, bro. All I'm saying, it was a special night. You're a hero.
Yeah,
we going anal.
Steak and a dick sock. It's not steak.
No.
Steak.
Spaghetti and anal.
Oh, God damn it. God damn it.
It's lobster and anal, son.
Hey, I look back at them and I give them the thumbs. I go, I'm getting her ass tonight. I'm going in south because that's what heroes get. After I fill my belly with some pasta and some meat,
fill that up.
I'm gonna take my old dong, break into a much younger starfish. No, it's disgusting.
Oh man, that really escalated.
That's not what I do.
That's not what heroes do.
Damn it!
That's why I'm not a hero.
God damn it!
Oh man,
we made love.
Nothing
hero
wrong with
makes love.
some spaghetti and a butt.
I only go ass. After I fill my belly and I saved a life, I only go ass. It's just the rule. It's the rule.
Did you sit down and go, I don't know what it is about saving lives, but I'm pretty turned on right now. I'm thinking anal.
I'm thinking you shitter. I got to get in the old poop chute. That's how it is with me. I don't make love. Don't look me in the eye.
Man.
Yeah. Well, way to ruin that story.
Sorry, man. Yeah.
So
well, you have some current events.
Have you ever saved a life?
Have I?
Yeah.
No.
You want to hear an embarrassing? My buddy, our canoe capsized, and my buddy got caught. The river was running.
Was this Utah or some shit?
He got caught against the rock, and he felt like he was going to go under, and he wasn't. He would have been fine. And I reached and grabbed him and pulled him, like kind of like with us, and then we hitched onto this other boat, and we were fine. But he panicked. And he goes, you saved my life. And then everybody was like, Bryan saved his life. And then his parents said, thank you for saving my son's life when they came to visit at camp. And I never really argued with it. I just allowed everybody to believe that I saved his life, which was such horseshit because I didn't.
Yeah.
Because I didn't.
I did. I saved Agent A's life the other day. We were walking to Starbucks. We were crossing the road, and she was looking down at her phone. I went, car went,
oh, my God.
I just saved your life.
God damn it.
Carry on.
Oh, my God.
So, yeah, I did save a life.
That is. You don't want to see anybody get hit by a car like that at speed.
Done.
Agent A.
You're welcome. That's your gift.
That would have been terrible.
That's your gift.
We would have had a moment of silence. What would we have said about Agent A if you had passed away? We would have said, you know what? She was... I heard her speak 4 words, but I will say...
They were beautiful.
Those 4 words were... And they were in English, not Eritrean. But she was so quintessentially Eritrean.
I'll tell you who was looking for a steak and a dick suck with Agent A. Rampage Jackson.
Oh, what a surprise.
She went out. She's
beautiful.
He went, hey, the intern, hook it up. He goes, the African intern.
By the way, does he have a girl? We might be speaking out of turn.
He goes, the African intern, hook it up. No, he's joking around.
Oh, he's joking around.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hilarious.
All right, good.
He goes, the African intern, hook it up.
How about me? How about my instinct is to save Rampage? Does he have a girl? Quiet.
No.
That's what you tell.
I never saw
him. Let me tell you,
he was
joking
joking
around. Professional.
No, he's
a funny guy. From what
hilarious.
Well, did you find him attractive? He's an attractive man.
He's okay.
Are you into black guys, Agent A? You want to get on that mic for us? Let's talk real quick here.
I mean, it's Rampage Jackson.
I don't think that does anything for her. It does something for you, though, B.
I don't think being a celebrity does anything for me.
But
I mean,
are you into
Rampage.
black guys?
Yeah, no, I don't judge.
What?
So-
No. I get that, Oprah.
Not all.
Have you dated a black guy before?
Yeah, my first boyfriend was black.
What grade was that?
16.
Okay, that kind of counts. You didn't have a boyfriend when you were 16? Were you like an ugly duckling or something?
No.
No, did your parents want you to wait?
No, it wasn't that. My mom doesn't care. It's just I just didn't.
Damn,
I didn't
16.
care about guys until mid high school.
Wow.
Late bloomer.
And was he like a real black guy, or was he like?
He
Culturally-
grew up in the suburbs. He grew up in just predominantly white area.
Well, culturally, as an Eritrean, you don't have a lot in common culturally with a lot of American black people, right? There's a very big difference.
Yeah, and it depends.
Yeah.
It depends where they grew up.
Mm-hmm.
So your stereotypical black person, probably not.
No.
But the
Very
ones that
Are you into like the thug? Like if I had
No.
young thug in here, would that do anything for you?
No.
Nothing. That
No,
doesn't.
I don't like the ratchet looking.
Well,
you don't like the more like hood street look.
No.
but when you
What do
look
you
at a guy
like?
like Rampage and he walks
More
on,
classy and just not
Refined?
too persistent.
You like white guys?
Yeah.
okay, so when Rampage walks in though, and you look at a battle-hardened warrior, a man with a broad face, with a handsome guy, but also with a certain bearing, a certain martial bearing, a man who is clearly an alpha male who could protect you. Like what? How he's older? How old is Rampage?
He's
42,
37, I think.
37, 38.
That's it?
Yeah, probably 38 at least.
Yeah, I would think he's. Can you look it up?
Yeah,
but
over
either
10
way,
years older than me.
what's that?
That's over 10 years older than me.
Yeah, but that's
How
scary.
the black girl on your show? How old is she?
Nia Long is 46.
She's old. She's way older than me.
38.
I would tear that ass up. 38.
38.
There you go.
Now, when you look at a guy like that, do you think to yourself that's a brute, or do you think did you find yourself? Did your DNA, did your natural caveman woman, kind of were you drawn to his essence?
Yes, like he looks super manly. He like looks attractive, but I don't.
It does nothing for you. It's just not. People have types though.
They do. I'm just
like
talking
just
about
because they're really built and like that doesn't really do anything for me.
Yeah.
Is Rampage looking real good? Is he looking in shape, or is he looking?
He's fighting a heavyweight now.
Okay.
He has to fight heavyweight. He says he's feeling good.
He looks better in person than he does on pictures.
I mean, and nicest guy too. Nicest guy in the world. He said something he said something in an interview how it was on ESPN actually, and I retweeted it. I said, I don't know what about this interview kind of makes me sad, but it's also so cool how genuine Rampage is, because he goes, looking back in your career, you're in a storied career, what do you think of it? And he goes, it makes me sad, man. I wish I never did it.
Ooh.
And he goes, why? He goes, because I miss my kids growing up. My entire family's back in Nashville. The business, like my sister is younger than me. We really don't have a relationship. He's like, I wish I never did it. I regret every moment of it.
Wow.
Oh, wow. It's all perspective, right?
Do you think maybe that was him saying it just so his family would hear it and he could make some amends?
I don't think so. He's not that. I don't think he's not that guy.
Right.
Like I generally believe he believes that.
Yeah.
When on the Big Round Breakdown, he was talking about how, just how like he's got. Not that he's sick of the fans, but the reason why he loves Japan is because they're really, really respectful and stuff like that. Like now, he like doesn't like to be recognized and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like he didn't do it to be famous. Like he did because he enjoyed fighting. But he had to come to LA, and at the time, it especially made sense. But it was a bit of a bummer when I saw that. It's all perspective, I guess. He's also gave him this amazing life,
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, he's also Rampage Jackson, in big movies, and he's had an amazing life.
Yeah. It's interesting, right?
I guess anytime you accomplish something, and especially when you have to live on the fringes, like fighting, like you would know this obviously way more than I would, but the amount of dedication I saw, the training I saw, it took you. And even like the level of, you have to be selfish to an extent because you can't compete otherwise to an extent, as in nothing can get in the way of your training and your time.
You're married to the
and
game.
Also the all-encompassing mental baggage that comes with having the fight because it's so scary and it's so crazy that I feel like, I don't know, man. I mean, I think you're always going to have regrets when you have to dedicate that much of your time to one thing.
I think that
doesn't mean it's not worth it. It just means you're going to have regrets.
I think you think it's worth it, but you're going to have regrets because I don't know. You have this kind of storied picture in your mind how you think things are going to work out and how you're finally going to accomplish these goals that you've always set and you've worked so hard, and then you get to the top of your mountain, you're like, oh man, this isn't cool all alone up here. Like it doesn't, like. The juice wasn't worth the squeeze.
How do you feel?
Like what I see on TV. What do you mean?
About your fighting. You think the juice was worth it because look at where it landed you, right?
I'm in a different lane, though. Like, I found something. I'm super fortunate. I found something I'm more passionate about than fighting. And also, fighting isn't in my nature. I did it because I failed at the NFL.
Yeah.
Like, if I would have made it in the NFL, I would have never fucking fought.
Yeah, you
like, fighting's not in my blood type. That's not what I do, But Rampage loved to fight. Like, you'd fight for free. I would never do that. I didn't grow up fighting.
Right.
I'd rather take a football or baseball, and I like being around people, and but just a different lane.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm always fascinated with that, sort of looking back on your life and how so many people dedicate so much time to one thing, and
you have to be great at it.
You have to.
But everyone thinks, oh, I wish I was that person. That'd be so great to be this guy, or like Kobe Bryant. Not a lot of friends, man. I just saw him on First Take this morning. The way he spoke was brilliant, and his view on the game, it's like second to none, man. He didn't have a lot of friends. He was so competitive in even in terms of the all-time NBA, players. He's even more competitive with them. He was so competitive.
Oh, yeah.
He had no friends. He was an outlier.
The people I talked to who played with him for years said the same thing.
They hated him, but he was so good.
Yeah.
But also, it's like, was it worth it? You know, like no friends, miserable to be around. Just like people are like, fuck that guy, man. But that's what it takes to be that
They
good.
couldn't understand why he would never, ever hang out and never, ever be sort of, no matter what, he was always kept his distance from the team. You know, I mean, that's from two guys who played for a long time with him. And they were not, at first they were puzzled, and then they just kind of wrote him off. They were like, guys, it's just a dick.
But he's the best.
Yeah.
For that, it made him
when
the best.
When you're the best, you know, you get a lot of leeway.
Same thing with Terrell Owens. Like, he's out of the Hall of Fame now because he was disruptive. And also, you know, my boy played with him in Buffalo. He said the team would be doing this. He was off over here. He was just this, didn't want to be part of things, man. Yeah. Huh. Just never wanted to do what everyone else was doing. He's this, you know, this greatness, and they think different than everyone else.
I heard the same thing, whether it's true or not, about Jerry Rice, about him being a little bit. He'd be scowling if you did well, like if you were a wide receiver, whatever.
He's competitive, but he was a good teammate. Like he's different than those guys.
Yeah. Barry Bonds. I heard Barry Bonds. His team didn't necessarily like him very much, but you know, it's what we go back to. Those extreme winners tend to be. They're vacuums. They're so all-encompassing.
They're so hyper-competitive with everything. That's what got them there. They have this huge chip on their shoulder.
Yeah.
And now Kobe Bryant is doing this project where he's doing like it's almost like Sesame Street shit, and they give like good messages. He calls it the Muse. Like he was saying how, like, you know, there was this like little puppet, for example. The puppet was asking him like about success. He's like, you know, there's one form of Muse positive, and the screen's all blue, and Kobe's talking things like you're the best, you're happy. He's like, and then there's this dark energy, and it's you're worthless, you're never gonna be anything. He's like, and that's where success comes from. He's like, explain it to this Muppet, and it's like, God, dog.
I was talking about that on stage.
So intense.
I was talking about it on stage. Like so much of like what they say is, you know, like so much of what drives me is the feeling of being somewhat inadequate, having holes I can't fill. Like I'm never satisfied, right? Yeah. I don't know. I think that the people that I know that are emotionally really healthy, like I have family members that are emotionally very healthy and very happy with whatever is going on, and I really admire it. But they're not ambitious. They're just not. They're not. They are happy with what they get, and there's something to be said about that. Always in the moment, always laughing, always having a great time. Not this guy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to learn how to get better at that, though.
Yeah.
You know, difficult. It's hard to be like, I'm here and this is great, and I'm going to just really savor this. I'm always like, what's on the other side of the mountain over there?
God, that doesn't lead to anything good.
No.
Ever.
No. Well, this is good, but what go over there?
Nothing good comes from that.
No. You got to take a minute. I did that this week with this pilot.
That's good, man.
I did that this week. I just said, this is time of my life right now. I'm having such a great time. I'm loving everybody I'm working with, like Nia Long and Tim and all of them. And I was like, this is it. Just enjoy this. Just enjoy this. Just enjoy it, you know, and don't. This is in its own capsule.
Boom, boom. You got some current events, Chad?
I do. The first one is kind of, I don't know, terrible, scary. In Hong Kong, this is an enormous escalator that goes up and down. And for whatever reason, the one on the left, I'll show you the clip real quick.
Did anyone die?
So 18 injured, no deaths.
Okay, so then we can watch it.
Yeah. It's, so you see it going on now.
Giant fucking escalator.
And then it finally lets go.
Boom! Just too many people.
Bad.
Damn, it's like a roller coaster.
Yeah.
What the hell? It just broke.
Look at it.
Broke.
People just piling
people
up.
Are sliding down?
Sliding down super fast, too. And
tight move. The guy in the back turns around and just starts running backwards.
Very smart.
So that happened there, and they're blaming the two mechanical workers that they were kind of flubbing with it when they shouldn't have been touching it. So it could be some sort of criminal thing.
Yikes.
Look at how steep that is.
At least no one died.
Super tall.
Let's not make one so big, though, huh? Yeah. That's what elevators are for.
That's very tall.
That's Hong Kong, though.
That's a bummer, man. That'd be scary as fuck.
Yeah, it would be.
My grandma used to always tell me with escalators to have my shoe tight because she saw some kid die.
I've heard that too. Maybe it's true. My mother used to always say that about scarves. Don't wear a scarf. If it gets caught in the escalator, your head will come off. I was like,
my
what?
grandma was like, make sure your
I didn't know I could die by yarn.
I know. I feel like I'm just like, oh my God, my foot, and then shoot. Like, I wouldn't die.
Well, my buddy was a coroner. My buddy was a coroner, and he had to get somebody out of the gears of a merry-go-round one of those.
Hey, bro, talking about escalators.
I know
merry-go-round.
But it was one of those like you know where the wheels they interlock what's it called?
The
gears, right?
It'd be the gears.
The gears. Yeah, I got caught up in that. Lower body, by the way, stayed alive for a little while. And
how do you get caught in there? Shoes or a scarf?
I think he tried to jump over or some. Meanwhile,
hey man, I'm talking about an escalator.
Meanwhile, his face was locked in after he died, in a horrified expression.
Well, that makes sense. That would happen if my grandma said, "Make sure you don't jump into the gears of a fucking merry-go-round. You could die." I went, "Yeah, no shit."
Yeah,
I'm talking about getting my shoelace caught in an escalator.
It's like the guy who tried to jump over the tiger exhibit. Let me run through the tiger exhibit. So I don't have to pay for that. No, I didn't know.
He's like, I don't want to pay the $6 to get in the zoo. Yeah, God.
Yeah.
Tiger said, you paying, boy.
They paying.
With that ass.
You got to pay.
Ate him ass first.
You got to pay. I'm going to eat you.
You got to pay. I'm not. Your lunch now.
Meet you.
Your lunch now.
Yeah.
There was I think it was Elitch's at the time in Denver. There's a kid who's mentally challenged. He's on the roller coaster and his hat fell off. Oh. And there's a gated area and he jumped down there to get his hat. Well, that's, the picture where it goes... and they take your picture usually, where it's like, take a picture. That's where his hat fell off. Well, he jumped over, for sure. Parents watch him or friends watch him. Man. Jumped over and decapitated.
I remember that story too. Wasn't it here?
Poor kid.
No, I was in Denver. Pretty sure. It might have happened here too with someone else, but
it was the same story with the hat. He went through, and then the coaster that came by took his head off.
Maybe I'm mixing the stories.
Either one.
All kinds of shit, man.
There was another one of these too that I just remembered, where a woman. You know how you guys said the shoelace gets stuck into the thing? It's possible. The thing in the very end of the escalator, where it's like metal, where you get off.
Yeah.
There's like a little gated or whatever.
Yeah, I know that area.
So that thing fell through or just came off, and a lady saw it, tried to get out of the way. It got her. There's gears in there, and she had her son. So she threw the son to safety, and then she got ate up by the gears.
Yeah, that's not
right in that section.
It's a terrible story, Chad.
I know.
It's terrible.
I'm just saying, these are super scary escalators.
Hell yeah. More people die from elevators than any of this stuff.
Escalators or elevators?
Elevators. Because the elevator, they hit it and sometimes they come up and it's just empty. They'll, have a good day. Yeah!
Oh, Jesus.
Like, this is my floor. I see, yeah!
Oh, man.
Game over.
As they're talking.
Like, hey, racquetball at 7, Jim. All right, so yeah! Dead. Hey, what's that new lunch spot? It's off welfare. Dead.
Just like that.
A lot of people die.
Man, this new Pokemon is there.
Texting. Oh, girl, I can't wait to. Yeah.
Oh, man. Hey, you know what?
You know what I do right now? I saved a man's life. I'm going to get some lobster and asshole to. Yeah.
You know what? I'm excited because I'm going to ask her to marry me. Yeah.
Game over.
Yeah.
A lot of people, because they think in the elevator, it goes ding, and you just assume the elevator's going to be there. Sometimes there's malfunctions.
Hey, my daughter goes like this to me. She said, okay, how would you rather die? And I'm like, what?
I used to do that.
First of all, you're 8.
Nice.
She goes, this is literally the question. She goes, would you rather be, she goes, would you rather be eaten by a tiger and it's going to be extremely painful? Or would you rather be stomped to death by an elephant?
That's normal.
She goes, stomped to death, it's extremely painful. And my wife goes, well, I guess stomped to death by an elephant. And I go, no. Definitely eaten by a tiger. And now she goes, why? And I go, because a tiger grabs you around the neck and crushes your spine. And my wife's like, can you not get into details? I go, she's the one who started it.
No, it's funny you mentioned that. My dad was telling me the other day, he goes, do you remember how crazy you drive the family when we go on road trips? Like, no, he goes, you wouldn't shut up. You're like, all right, what would you rather have happen? We're driving right now. We get stuck. A grizzly bear comes out. He's going to eat you first. Or we go swimming at the beach and a great white. I'd always do animals nonstop. And finally, my dad would get so sick of it, and I'd make everyone answer. He's like, can you say something positive? Can you do a positive spin on it? He said that's all I'd do on the drive. I'd make up random animals.
Well, there are people do stupid shit. Like they don't even know it's an animal. It's like Yellowstone Park every year. There's a Japanese tourist or someone who's like, look,
it's gotta be Japanese.
It's a huge, because,
hey, bro, no, there's a lot. Most of the time, it's not Japanese. It's white people.
In this case, the Japanese guy sees a bison. It's like, that's a giant buffalo. I'm gonna put my kid on the bison's back.
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, but I think for me it'd be a tiger because.
Are you answering your daughter's question?
Yeah, I don't want to be stomped to death and pulled apart by a freaking.
This got dark.
Elephant.
What else you got, Chin?
They get mad.
That escalator's scary as fuck, though.
Yeah, it is.
That story you were just talking about reminded me of something. My best friend growing up said, would you rather have each of your fingernails pulled off with a plier slowly?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Or
That's not too bad.
go down a slide that has razor blades and fall into a lemon juice and salt.
Yeah, all that shit.
Go ahead and pull my fingers off.
Pull my fingers off.
And then tell your friend, hey, fucking, what are you writing? Solve 7?
Yeah.
What's wrong with them?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay, next one. Did you guys see this in the news? It's about some kids not being able to get onto an airplane because they were wearing leggings.
Why?
So that's the thing.
Is it a safety issue?
No. This has to do with something called Pass, United Airlines Pass.
Yeah.
And it's like it's special tickets you get if you work for the airlines or if you're part of the airlines. So you get them at a super, super low discount or for free. And it's usually people that are part of the company.
Okay.
So one lady saw this little girl trying to go in and be stopped at the gate saying, no, you can't get in. You're wearing leggings. You can't wear those. So there's like this huge uproar online. And apparently it's just, that's the rules for that thing, whatever that is.
You can't wear leggings?
You can't wear spandex or lycra.
Why?
If you work for the airline.
Yeah. So, all these tickets are for people that kind of work with the airline anyway. So it's sort of like we want you to represent the airlines in a certain attire.
There are uniforms you wear like anything else.
That makes sense. See, I just thought it was like regular customers can't wear leggings on United anymore. Because now even Delta threw shade at them. We're like, hey, enjoy our new discount today. And you can even wear leggings. And then like I saw all sorts of celebrities hating on United. You know,
I had to wear my hat in a certain way when I worked for McDonald's. I
fucking
don't know if
right
that's
you do.
true, but there was a certain way I had
of
to wear my
course
hat.
you do.
Yeah.
Well, there's uniform.
It's the protocol.
See, I didn't know it was that. What's this say?
Well, this is the lady that saw it. But then I looked more into this lady. She's for this thing called Women Moms on Demand or something and against guns.
Oof.
So she's making this really big issue out of this. But United Airlines, or not, yeah, this is United. So United Airlines didn't back down. They're like, no, this is the rules.
It's policy, dress code.
But then everyone, like even celebrities, are tweeting in like that's bull.
See, it's that mob mentality. Yeah. If United's like, listen, man, if you're gonna fly on an airline, you work for us. We don't want you to wear fucking sweats and leggings. I don't see a huge deal with that. Like that's our policy. They know with this ticket that's the policy.
Yeah.
I don't, but that's the world we live in now. It's a mob mentality.
Right?
That's another thing. She said that's from the witness who is that girl from that thing, that Mothers Against whatever.
Yeah.
She's the witness that says she's 10 years old. But if you read the story, it turns out that they're like little teenagers or something. So she made this image of, she wanted people to believe they're little kids.
Yep.
So, I mean, this is the rule.
So it says, Ms. Guerin said past travelers are representing the company and as such are not allowed to wear lycra spandex leggings, tattered or ripped jeans, midriff shirts, flip-flops, or any article of clothing that shows their undergarments.
Yeah, and if you have regular tickets, you can get on with those. It's just for this particular thing. But, of course, the mob mentality. Everyone's blasting.
Be careful what you read on Twitter.
Well, there you go. The number one person that was arguing with them was Patricia Arquette.
Who?
Patricia Arquette. Hollywood actress.
Casual attire is allowed as long as it looks neat and has in good taste for the local environment. That's cool. All right. I have no problem with the company having a dress code.
Me neither. It's so funny how people the mob comes out.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Leggings United. Hey, I'm flying Southwest. I'm wearing leggings. Eat your heart out, United. United's like, okay, I guess we'll take a black eye because we give these basically free tickets away to our employees and they give them these kids and same rules apply.
Yep.
It's just company policy.
Of course.
What else you got, Chin?
All right, this one is in Idaho. So a woman said that she actually reported it to the police too, that she saw Sasquatch chasing a deer. And then, so she tried to look back to look at the Sasquatch.
It's a bear.
And then the deer that the Sasquatch was chasing ran in front of her car and she got into an accident. So her car got damaged. She ended up picking up her husband at work and then went to the police station right after to report it. And she literally said that it was a Sasquatch.
Right. Well, I'd say it was a bear, but okay. Could have been.
7 feet to 8 feet tall.
Yeah.
And running upright? Bears don't run upright like that with their hunting.
It depends if they're.
Sir, do you not believe in Bigfoot at all?
I do.
Do you really?
No, I don't.
Or no, not at all?
I don't know. I don't. I mean,
give me your opinion.
Joe Rogan went to look for. He went to actually really investigate on Joe Rogan Questions and everything. Mm-hmm. He went to actually investigate Bigfoot. He did all this stuff on chemtrails and all that stuff. And what was funny with the Bigfoot, he was like, these are just a bunch of white dudes who have nothing else to do. There's actually no conclusive proof whatsoever. So, yes, as far as Joe Rogan's control, it really...
Yeah, but so he researched it for a week and didn't find any inclusive...
Well, he went and talked to all the Bigfoot experts, the people that, are the leading authorities on Bigfoot.
And they have no actual evidence?
He was like, you guys are full of shit.
No one had any actual evidence?
No! He was like, you guys are all just like basically a bunch of dudes with nothing to do. Came up with a bunch of bullshit. That makes sense.
So it's all fake.
Yeah. Bigfoot would be all. I mean, is there some strange animal out there, a big ape that maybe is in the Congo? I mean, they found chimpanzees that are 400 pounds. That they
Bigfoot's in America, son.
They found leopard DNA in their feces, so the chimps were actually eating leopards.
Goddamn.
I mean, so there are some badass animals in that. They found deer that eat fish in the Congo. They found all kinds of weird shit. So
Congo, I can understand.
Yeah, deep forest, an area the size of Western Europe. There's some shit in there, man. In the deep forest,
dude. There's some chimpanzees who eat the fuck out of panthers.
The chimpanzee. They call them the moon howlers. Apparently, they howl at the moon. They walk upright.
Go spend a couple nights there.
Yeah, they say they walk upright. They say you'll see them. They sleep on the ground. They got no natural enemies.
God,
and they walk upright. And in fact, in the zoo, there's a zoo I think in St. Louis where they have two of them. You can look it up. Two giant 400-pound chimpanzees. Now, chimpanzee is typically 120 pounds.
These are 400 pounds?
These bad boys are 400 pounds.
How'd these dumbasses get caught?
Please understand that they are dangerous. They are not like they're not like
so
they ain't like what's it called? Mountain gorillas. Total herbivores. These are carnivores. Okay.
Which zoo was it at?
What's that?
You said it was at a zoo?
Yeah, there's a zoo where they have them, and they are fucking big. It's right there, right? Giant chimp, human-sized, upright. There you go.
Size of female gorilla.
That is a chimpanzee, new species, part 1.
That's definitely scary, though.
Damn.
Yeah,
especially bobbing
chimps
back
are
and forth
super
like
scary.
Bro, I mean that's
and then look at the seeing you down a weird road. Look at that. The most brutal chimpanzee society ever discovered.
Yeah. No, they go to war with each other. So small bands of chimps, okay, male chimps will go and find other chimps that are alone from other bands and kill them. They'll gang up and rip them apart. Like humans.
The largest known to man.
It looks like a robot.
Yeah, shit does look computer animated. Dude, you know they're recreating, I blasted this out last night, they're redoing Lion King?
Yeah, I saw that
John
too.
Favreau's the director?
Favreau,
yeah. He's the same guy who did Jungle Book.
Great director.
What else you got, Jim?
All right, the next one is this dude. He dressed as Joker in Virginia, and he was walking around with a sword.
Well,
so he got arrested.
Not mad at the haircut.
That story is kind of trippy, but what's trippier is
scary.
In Virginia, if you wear a mask, if you're over the age of 16 and you wear any kind of mask, it's a felony.
And that would make sense. I'm all for that rule.
Yeah.
Why the fuck else, if you're over the age of 16, are you rocking a mask in public daylight?
And if you're carrying a sword, I'm gonna shoot.
And the other fucking crime is in front of a massage envy. What the fuck are you
that
doing?
Guy looks very crazy.
No, he looks pretty stable to me. I bet he has his shit together.
No,
he has a nice 401k. Everything's going well.
On his neck, and he's if you're going to dress like that, take the responsibility of knowing that somebody might fill you with lead.
Yeah, someone might shoot you in the face.
Yeah.
This day and age. So what's going on here? They arrested him?
They arrested him, and it's the mask that he's getting in trouble for. They didn't mention anything about him getting in trouble for the sword.
What about the
sword's a felony too? Usually,
yeah. What about the real goddamn Heath Ledger shit he's wearing? That's the most legit Joker outfit I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
His hair's amazing.
Yeah,
I would fucks with that green hair myself.
Yeah, he's 31.
If I could get away with, I'd wear that green hair.
I'd say he's not that stable. I'd say that there are certain.
Why? Because one eye's different than the other one.
Yeah.
Or because he's in a white and Paul outside of a massage envy, dressed like the Joker.
It shall be unlawful for any person over 16 years of age with the intent to conceal his identity, wear any mask, hood, or other device whereby a substantial portion of the face is hidden or covered, so as to conceal the identity of the wearer, or to be or appear in any public space or upon any private property in this Commonwealth without first having obtained from the owner or tenant thereof consent to do so in writing.
I like that rule.
Yeah.
If you're over 16 wearing a goddamn mask, you're weird.
If you walk into a restaurant and you're wearing a mask,
this thing
you got a sword, I'm going to shoot you. If I got, I don't have a gun,
but I'm going to. I have my friend with his frog legs here. He'll kick your face off.
Yeah, you got to tackle that guy. I'm going to use my legs to spring into fast twitch.
It says Putnam is being held at Northwestern Regional Adult Detention Center on a $2,000 bond. It's unclear if he has an attorney. He's going to be in there for a little bit.
They said it stemmed from the mask thing, stems from the Ku Klux Klan. Like, that's where the rule came from.
Where's this at?
Wow.
This is Virginia.
You bet your ass.
Did you see Alex Jones apologize for Pizzagate?
No.
For spreading Pizzagate as a story?
He said it's fake?
Yeah. No. Alex Jones said because
he's a cuck now.
Well, because
the government got to him.
No, because that guy who owns Pizzagate has to have 2 armed guards. His life has been basically ruined. Well, a guy came in there and shot a gun.
Is that
okay? Because he listened to Alex Jones. Yes.
We going Pizzagate.
100% we're going.
Oh my God.
We're gonna go and support and look for the basement. But I mean, Alex Jones came out and said it was bullshit.
Damn.
And he apologized.
Damn.
And got rid of 2 of the reporters on it, apparently. So maybe he's being a little bit responsible.
Jesus,
man. Look, man, if you're going to come up with stories like that about top Democratic operators...
But also, you're ruining people's lives. Like, that might spend... The
guy
have a nice slice of pie.
The guy's been through hell. He's been through hell. He gets threats. Not only that, he gets protesters outside his fucking restaurant.
Well, I'm going to march right through those protesters, give myself a nice slice of cheese.
So am I.
So Shark Guy's doll smile. And don't get twisted, Shark Guy's doll smile. He's a security.
Yeah.
He'll be strapped. In case you Pizzagate freaks fuck up my calzone time.
That's right.
We come strapped. What else you got, Chen?
All right.
That guy looks...
strapped with the truth.
This is sad, actually. So this 21-year-old Muay Thai boxer, he died from weight cutting.
Yeah, there's always one a year, right?
Well, this guy's like super healthy. He's from Scotland.
There's not one a year. That'd be terrible. Yeah. That's horrible, man.
And he was found in his actual sweatsuit.
Oh, man.
So where was this at?
Thailand.
Look at that. Good-looking kid, young kid.
Scroll. It says temperatures are in the 90s, Saturday afternoon, Thailand. Shock to system dehydration. Yeah, I mean... This is going to happen, man, when people are freaking pushing themselves to the limit and the body's not, meant to do that. And then you're losing electrolytes and vital fucking vitamins that your organs need to function. And it's just a bummer. And then there's probably maybe if he's lucky, $500 payday.
Young guy.
Because Muay Thai fights don't make shit.
Yeah, very young. It's like the youngest I heard of, too.
Dude, this is terrible. How about I watched a documentary on Showtime. I think it was Showtime called Prison Fights. And in Thailand, the government has a rule where if you win this tournament in a prison, no matter what you did, you get out.
Wow.
So these prisoners start training Muay Thai, and there's a gym. It's called Prison Fights. And so part of their daily duties is they train. So this homeboy, I'm watching it, I'm rooting for this guy. I'm like, oh my God, I hope this fool wins. I'm not, at the time, I don't know his crime, all right? Share me out there. I'm like, dude. He's training. They show his kid that he's never seen before, who his parents are raising. Like, he's a good kid. He just made a mistake. I'm like, God, look at him go, man. I'm fucking rooting for this guy. Well, you know why he's in there? He served 5 years so far. And if he wins this next fight against the gringo, who's also a badass, he gets free. Whatever he did, he's out. They show his family, right? Then they show his crime. You know what he did?
Shit.
You know what he did?
What?
Found myself still rooting for him just a tad, but... He was out with his friends drinking, and some dude come in with a girl that he thought was pretty. He was like, fuck that guy. Took a knife, stabbed him in the back of the head, and murdered him.
Just killed him?
Killed him on the spot for having a pretty girl.
Can't let you out.
Well, he did get out. He won his fight against the gringo, got out the next day.
That's terrible, man.
Stabbed a dude in the fucking head because he had a beautiful girl.
How crazy is that?
He was drunk.
he was just drinking and was just, he's always like a troubled teen and fucking stabbed a student in the back of the head, killed him.
Trained to be more dangerous.
Trained in prison, Muay Thai fight, beats this gringo who he's all right, this white boy, whatever, fighting in Thailand. It's always weird when white dudes go to Thailand to fight. But so he got to fight this dude.
So depressing.
I know, and he got out the next day.
Was he?
And the family was like, "You're better.
Here's the question: was he 16, 14, 15 when he did it?
No.
He was a grown adult.
5 years he was in, right? You said
he's only been 5 years.
How old do you think he was when he killed the guy?
I have to look it up, but I don't know.
Because if you're a teenager and troubled and something happens, like by the time you're 25,
But he only did 5 years.
The way it went down, that's terrible.
So see, I don't think he was in his teens. I think he was like in his 20s.
And why are they letting him out though? Is it crowded or something?
Google prison fights.
When you do that, just because you're a dick, I'm not letting you out. In fact,
anyone
might have to kill you.
But the government gives you a free get out of prison free card if you win the fight.
There are certain things that I don't think you should ever be allowed.
Prison Fighters trailer. Click on that, son.
Here we go.
All right.
Give everyone a little taste of this shit. I'm sure we can show trailers. It's good for them, right?
I don't think we can, but we'll do something. I'll show clips of it.
This shit was epic. If we do a crime, let's go to Thailand. So
some badasses there, huh?
Muay Thai is a national obsession. A violent art entwined with religious belief.
By the way, such a peaceful people. But no.
ข้างนอกก็เป็นนักมวยอยู่แล้วแล้วก็หัดต่อยมวยตั้งแต่
Noi Khao Pang is among 4,000 inmates at Khao Prick Prison.
They look young though, don't they? Oh, never mind.
มีกันคือเราต้องอยู่ให้เป็นครับ
Years have passed since Noi last saw his son.
ได้เห็นหน้าเขาได้เขาก็ดีใจครับ
But 5 years into his sentence, Noi has a chance these other men do not. A new program called Prison Fight. Wins translated to a royal pardon.
Piece you up, right?
No, it's not the show. You're rooting for him, right?
I am.
Right?
He's a kid.
Look.
Oh, that's the guy then.
Yeah. That's the guy whose son was killed.
Violent men redeem themselves through violent acts. It's not just a fight, it's the course of their lives.
I'm going to see this right now. Damn, this
Fight for your freedom.
Movie,
imagine
dude.
the pressure.
Look at the tattoos on him.
ถ้าไม่มีความหวังอยู่ไม่ได้
Wow, that looks incredible.
We can play the audio, I'm sure.
At least the majority of it. Yeah. So we'll figure
Dude,
it out.
I got to go get myself some tattoos.
And kill someone and get into this program.
I don't want to kill anybody, but I do want to start training. I'm taking my training way more seriously.
You definitely have time.
I'm gonna start praying.
How crazy is that though?
That's crazy. That looks so intriguing.
It's tough
actually.
though, man. That's a real.
You
tough
find
one.
yourself, but what's crazy? You find yourself rooting for the guy. Like, God,
he's a human
second
being.
chance.
Because he's a human being.
Dude, I was watching. Sometimes I hang out my undies late into the night, and I watch prison documentaries. I forget. Oh, Locked Up, Orange County. You know the fucking giant prison is 2 miles away from Disneyland. Mm-hmm. Beautiful prison. Mm-hmm. Some terrible people in there.
Yeah.
Some terrible people. They showed this dude. Hold up. I'm glad this reminded me. They showed this dude. He's talking. He's writing his kids. I got a little teary. Smoked my weed pen. Was eating carrots because I'm on a strict diet.
Yep,
in my
carrots,
undies.
treating yourself to some carrots.
Some fucking carrots like Bugs Bunny.
Yep.
In my undies, trying to be healthy. Kids are sleeping,
Sure.
Girls sleeping. Watching this. Oh my God, I'm rooting for this guy, man. Again, I think the best of people. And then they go, he has horrible tattoos. Probably, has horns, has stuff on his face, has his kid's name on his neck, completely tatted. Mm-hmm. You know what he did?
I'll bet I can guess.
Go ahead, Brian.
I bet he kidnapped somebody and held him for ransom and then killed him anyway.
That'd be a fun story ending this thing.
Okay.
Nope, didn't work that way. He killed 49 people. 49.
Okay, now, hold on. Hold on. Was he the guy from Orlando? 49 people?
49 people. Most of it goes undocumented because he was in prison just for 2 murders. And he was in there and realized he was going to get life. He got a 105-year sentence. It's like, fuck it. I'm going to feel better if I can get off my chest because his uncle and mom just died. And he goes, I need closure because he wanted to find out. And he goes, I'm going to give these families closure. Whoa! I found a nice guy inside the cell.
Of course, a nice guy.
I was rooting for him. I was going to write him a little note. Like, hang in there, bro. But from finding the kid.
But kill
hang
people.
Hang in there.
Here's
a dick pic. Keep it going.
Yeah.
49 people, and he even had to write out exactly how he killed them. Some people he talked about how he killed with a bat. Others how you drowned them. Others how you put acid on
them. For cartel?
He was a gang member, dude. Like cartel gang member.
Yeah. Yeah, those cartels that kill.
Found myself rooting for the guy. He even cried right in his son. I thought, oh, that is cute. And I'm like, man, I hope he gets his shit together.
Yeah.
Then, 49 people. Well, we can't let you out. No. You're never getting out.
No, there are certain things that you can't let me out. If you, for example, if you have raped a child, if you have even molested a child, my problem is I don't know what you're going to do. Like that is something that you don't get over.
There's
like
no second chances.
The science says that that's a compulsion that so. Maybe castration. Okay, maybe you would they do their time and you castrate.
I feel like that's fair.
Yeah, but you can't, like, if you have like the guy who raped and chopped a woman's arms off, raped her, but she was alive. They let him out eventually. He did it again. Those people, you can never. There's certain crimes that you're never allowed out. Never. If they're that crazy, you put them in a hospital or something like that. You just put them
down. They don't add to society.
There are just certain things you can't.
I just feel like you put them down.
Out. Some crimes are too heinous.
The homeboy who I was feeling sorry for eating carrots while I was high, he did those 49 crimes, wrote them out because he's hoping he gets the death penalty. But they can't confirm all these deaths, so they're like, dude, you got your 105 years.
Yeah,
crazy.
It weighs on you.
Prison is crazy. Jail, and then they're showing the Orange County jail. This dude, he said he was an MMA fighter. I've never heard of him. This big dude. Him and his cellie, they've been in there for 9 months. Really hit it off. Like, showing him, like, he's like, I'm lucky to have this guy, and blah, blah. Apparently, when you're trapped in that goddamn cubicle of fucking cement for a long time, you're a little testy. He wanted to watch TV. The guy wouldn't stop talking.
Oh, I saw that.
Oh, he beat the shit out of him. They had to separate the two. And then there's a whole nother ward. Jail's crazy, man. Whole nother ward for the lady boys.
Yep.
And if you're a lady boy or you're gay in prison, it must be a peaches delight because they were fucking each other.
Sure.
They were sucking each other's dicks left and right.
It's a party.
It was a good time.
Yeah, it's a good time. Well, Stevie told us that there was a section with guys who were basically...
Because they can't put them in with the regular dudes because the regular dudes can run a train on the pretty boys.
Yeah.
And it's not fair.
Right.
But then the gay boys, they were like fucking...
Hanging out.
Like, it was a fun time.
There's a lot of...
They showed them, like, laying on each other's chest, like, super flamboyant, sucking dick.
Sure. That guilt stuff is interesting because, like...
What guilt stuff?
Like, when you got a guy who kills 49 people. Because I knew a guy who had... in Lebanon, the war between Christians and Muslims was really, really horrible, right? And there was a guy who was a Christian, I think a phalangist. He was part of the fighting faction. And he had done a lot of killing of innocent Muslim women, children, and men. And my buddy knows that. He was a special forces guy and did business there. And this guy is a sociopath, but he had a conversation with a priest, and the priest said, you're going to go to hell for these sins unless you do something. So the guy doesn't know what to do, but what he does is he kind of goes through a self-punishment ritual where my buddy says that like everything he does is scheduled. Like he has to put his shoes a certain way. He makes his bed a certain way. Like it's this obsessive compulsive thing that he forces himself to do. Like he needs
how does that help people?
He needs total order, and he only sleeps a certain number of hours. He only eats like very little. It's like he's living this life of constant pain to so he doesn't go to hell. And I go, geez, I guess he made amends.
Really not helping.
My buddy goes, he didn't make amends. He's a sociopath, but he's just worried about going to hell.
Yeah, he's a terrible person. So, yeah. He's worried about himself.
Yeah, he's worried about himself. He's still worried about himself.
With that guy who killed 49 people, he even said it. He goes, the gangbanging I did, I would just shoot people and I didn't think about it. But I don't, that wasn't, he goes, I looked at them as other bad people. I didn't think about the way I affect their family and stuff like that.
Now he has kids.
And now he has kids. And then when you see him, you're like, God, when you think of like gangbangers and these serial killers, like, he would, it's just weird because you see him in that light where they're like personable, like they're talking like, don't kill him, man. Yeah. But then it's like, he's a terrible person. Yeah. Gonna have to kill you.
The other question is like sometimes when you did all that stuff when you were younger.
They're not that young though.
No,
keep saying
no. Younger. I'm saying like say you have a terrible childhood. They have you killing people by the time you're 15. and then you go through all this, and then you get older, and you're in your 30s, and you have a child, and you have a wife, and you have a job.
You grow up.
Yeah, you are in many ways. There are people that always talk about this. That you are in many ways a very different person, and in fact, you're literally don't even remember that person. Like that person is, you're in such like when they I think of Tukey, what was his name, the guy on death row. He had killed somebody and laughed about it with a shotgun, a store clerk, I think, and it was a huge case in L.A. And he was at this point, it had been 30 years. And he was on death row, and he did all this gang rehabilitation. He got 2 degrees in college. I mean, you're talking about literally a different person.
But this is the thing: inside prison, then you let him out. How do we know he's not going to go back? Like inside the prison, he's changed because he's had to. He has no other choice. Well, so when you let him out, how do we know he doesn't, go back to?
Well, his transformation was real because he had 30 years and had been. Had actually grown up into a man with a grandfather. I mean, he was a grandfather at this point.
In prison,
I'm just saying that there is no question. People
change.
Yeah, and then what do you do with that? So if you're talking about a guy who killed somebody at 19 and now he's 40, right? And he's literally a different person. I mean, think about when you were 19 and now I'm 50.
No, I hear you.
It's an interesting thing. It's long
a
does
tough
that
debate
crime carry over?
Yeah, because it was the 20 years worth taking someone's
I'm not
life?
Anti-death penalty for some crimes. I'm
no,
not.
me neither.
There are people that need to die. I
think
really
by
feel that way.
For sure.
Yeah, there are some crimes that are so heinous, but. It does. It calls into question strange things. How much? If you're going to have to get death penalty, do it quick. Let's get through the appeals and do it fast instead of this fucking 25 years where the taxpayers paying thousands of dollars. I don't know.
Is that it, Chin?
That's it, man.
Boom, boom.
I got a dropping knowledge for us because it's all on this vein. On what we were talking about with the first current event that we hit on, which I can't remember. When it comes to Alex Jones, for example, and this Pizzagate thing, he apologized, which is a good thing. We are living in a time we have to be careful. I've been listening to Sam Harris a lot in his podcast with about Putin and Russia and stuff. Just keep in mind, guys, that there's this real tendency now with new media where it's very easy for a lot of people to float a lot of stories out there. So if an event happens, there are a lot of stories that you can float, and you don't know where those sources come from. And know this, that the Soviets and the Russians have been doing this forever. They're actually pioneers in the fake news industry. And fake news is an industry because fake news is used by a lot of different governments. It's been used by the Russians for years to destabilize certain countries in Europe, and now it seems to be finding its way into the American mainstream. So you have large subsets of people going, I don't believe anything over there. I only believe this. And human beings are like that. We don't want to be fooled. I think the conspiracy theory sort of phenomenon comes from people who say, I don't want to be fooled. None of us want to be fooled. We want the truth. So we're going to glom on to whoever is telling us things. But now what's happening is that a story will happen, an event will happen. For example, during the Ukraine war, a Russian plane was shot down. And I'm sorry, not a Russian plane, a Malaysian plane was shot down. And the Russians floated a bunch of stories. They flooded your Facebook and everything else with all these different quote-unquote scenarios. It was Ukrainians who shot down Putin's plane. It was a fake crash, and they put dead bodies around it to blame the Russians. So when you get your Facebook feed and all this stuff, and you're getting 15 different stories. So what they say then is they go, it's kind of impossible to know what really happened because there are so many different theories. What you don't realize is those theories are being floated by nefarious sources, a lot of times by one source, by a government with an intelligence apparatus that doesn't have your best interest in mind, i.e. Russia. So just be aware that, number one, don't fall for the idea, because what's happening to people is they're going, the news is so depressing, there's so many different stories, I don't know what to believe, I'm going to stop listening. And it's very, very important for you to not fall for that trap. There is an answer. There are responsible news outlets. There are responsible journalists. There are investigative journalists. Sometimes you got to read books. Sometimes you got to look to a think tank. Sometimes you got to ask a scholar. Sometimes you got to go to the right article written by the right
Sometimes
reporter.
You got to do a little work.
You got to do a little work.
It's kind of like
get the truth.
If you're getting that news, you're just getting the McDonald's of news.
Yes.
But if you want an actual good meal, it's going to take some work, man.
So I read the New York Times. My dad doesn't read the New York Times anymore. My father's a very educated guy. My father is a pretty right wing guy, and my father's like, he's like, I think the New York Times has discredited themselves. It's not that they're fake news, but they're very slanted. They're very sort of left-wing, and they give you only one perspective sometimes.
That's fair.
That can be, that's fair. So then read another, but don't throw the baby out with the bathwater and say, there are answers. You can find the truth, and there is responsible journalism out there. There still is. Just remember that. We're really in a time where it seems like the truth doesn't fucking matter to a lot of people, and where they're kind of like willing
Everyone
to
has
believe
a
their
voice.
team.
Yeah.
Don't believe your
And
team.
not hear anyone else out.
Yeah. Do some work.
I'll tell you what else you guys should remember. It's a nice little segue.
Yeah.
Fire Kid is live in Philadelphia.
And that ain't fake
and
news.
Washington, D.C.
That ain't fake news.
No. This is no Pizzagate, you bitches.
No, I ain't no pizza.
And we're going to be eating pizza in D.C.
Right.
That's real.
You know where you can find me this Thursday, Friday, Saturday, right?
No.
Oh, you can find me at the American Comedy Company in San Diego.
Boom.
This Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Go
I'm
see
bringing
Bryan
some
the Kid
heat.
Callen.
I can't wait.
We
American Comedy
are
Company.
also, and this just freaking got announced, we are in Nashville at Zany's April 19th. That is only one show only. So we're in Philadelphia on April 7th at the Trucadero. And then we're in Washington, D.C., the 930 Club on April 8th. Then we head on down to Nashville on the 19th of April. Bryan is in San Diego this weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
That's right.
Where at?
I'm at the American Comedy Company.
American
Tickets at AmericanComedyCo.com.
And then just announced the Big Brown Breakdown, brought to you by HBO, is live May 4th at the Hard Rock Hotel. One show only, May 4th, right before Canelo Chavez. That will also sell out. That is going fast as we speak. Get all this stuff. TFATK.com, The Fire Kid Live, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, Nashville, Bryan Callen, San Diego, Big Brown Breakdown, Las Vegas, Hard Rock. It's all happening. TFATK.com. Also, Wednesday, 5 p.m. Pacific, we are dropping Skeptical Hippo and Steak and Suck teas. TFATK.com this Wednesday, 5 p.m. Pacific. This is The Finally Kid. We're out.